Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So with that being said, let's just dive on in and let's start off with this article here from the Crypto Basics. So I've seen this article come up on my timeline and I figured we would basically make a video discussing a few things on XRP. So first and foremost, XRP decouples from Bitcoin, crosses 60 cents for the first time since mid-August. Now, this is a very interesting article because they don't really outline too much in terms of actual technicals regarding TA. Now, again, for those out there that do follow TA, maybe you don't follow TA, it doesn't really matter. TA is hypothetical guesses off of just what we see happening on the chart. For me personally, I don't really care about short term. I'm more so looking at the long-term scope on XRP, and mainly what I look at with XRP is the adoption, right? Utility. Utility is going to be a huge price driver eventually in the future when this market matures and gets taken a lot more seriously. But one thing that I will say is, any altcoin, depending on how strong it becomes, can decouple greatly away from Bitcoin and become its own mover, essentially. XRP is not shy to this. We've seen this in the past as well. Ethereum is another great example, which we will talk about why in this video. But we do see XRP decouples from Bitcoin. The current uptick in XRP depicts a potential decoupling from Bitcoin, according to an ex-post from pro-crypto attorney Jeremy Hogan. Now, here we have last week, Bitcoin decoupled from tech stocks. This week, XRP decouples from Bitcoin. Next week, everyone, keep an eye on your spouses. Lots of decoupling going around. So just a little inside joke here from Jeremy Hogan. And we do see the price chart here. It's nothing too crazy. I mean, we are having a significant move here. I talked about it over on the Web3 alert. But one thing that I'm really kind of looking at here, because even if we look at the all-time chart here and we go to the log scale on XRP, we could obviously see the uptrend here. 2022 to now, I mean, granted, technically speaking, if we are going all the way back to the beginning of 2022, we've seen a major downtrend, but for the most part, since we bottomed it back in the summer of 2022, which, yes, you guys have been following the channel, a lot of altcoins have essentially bottomed out back in the summer of 2022. I don't see a lot of them revisiting those lows or breaking down below those lows anytime soon. Again, that is my overall opinion, but as we look at XRP from that time to now, it has been in a strong uptrend. This is showing incredible strength against the rest of the market, but also it shows how resilient XRP is. While we start to see a lot of other altcoins getting a little bit weak, XRP has remained a major mover in the top 5. But outside of the overall price chart here, one price statistic that I have been heavily focused on, if you guys have been aware, is the XRP Bitcoin chart, which is what they were addressing in terms of XRP decoupling. One thing that I would love to note on this chart is the macro consolidation and accumulation range on this chart. For an example, if we go and grab this brush tool, if we go all the way back to around the March, February 2020 timeframe when we start to see XRP actually dip into this range, look at this. It's just been nothing but basically sideways momentum here. I mean, yes, we have seen wicks down below this range, but for the most part, it's just sideways. And what we are waiting for is a significant break to the upside here. One great thing to note on XRP is when this does happen, this will most likely lead to a new all-time high. The new all-time high that everyone is waiting for is obviously the $10 price target, which I will talk to you guys about why I'm very cautious regarding that price target in this video as well. But we have been just going sideways here since April. The reason why I bring up April is that's the last major wick on XRP to about roughly $2. But also, if you actually look here from that time frame to where we are at now, sorry, I didn't have it lined up perfectly. we've basically been going sideways for about 931 days, which is absolutely ridiculous. So this has been a very long wait. And even if you go all the way back to the lawsuit, so we'll go to December 21st. I know that we had the lawsuit announcement on the 20th, but it's been over 1,000 plus days since that time in the market. And also, by the way, one thing that I've always noted on XRP in terms of the USD chart is the major run that it was starting in November. During this time, we were starting to have a major break to the upside. And this is why I keep saying, like, listen, everyone can say, oh, XRP has not been suppressed. XRP has not been suppressed at all. Like, that's just a ridiculous statement. Honestly, if you believe that, I don't know what you are looking at, because here is a major breakout. And literally the next month, we get a nice little retest. Here's December. December started to break down, but then the actual announcement of the lawsuit caused XRP to break heavily down to the downside. In my opinion, during this time, if we were backtesting this, we were probably going to backtest about roughly the 2,521 sats level. This is most likely going to be the bottom, and then we would have had a continued breakout to the upside, causing XRP to actually create a new all-time high. And even if you guys watch Blockchain Backer, he basically said that it would have been to about $10 to $15 during that time. But another good thing to note outside of this, and big shout out to Fame21 More, XRP Darren, he actually talked a little bit about the XRP Bitcoin price chart. He said, XRP Bitcoin from the dip, SEC lawsuit 988 days. If you omit the lawsuit, 1,498 days of sideways accumulation. I have bias about Bitcoin versus alts, but I think my bias at the time are myopic. The pie growing is better situation for all. And here we have, of course, the chart. Like I said, as we look at this thing, it has just been sideways momentum. And since the last all-time high on XRP as well, so let's go back to, it was like right around, I'll just go to January 1st. It's been over roughly 2,128 days, which is insane. So we are just waiting for something to happen here. And I know that this has been macro. And even if we go to the April timeframe, April of 2021, like this has not been a big breakout. This was still a failed breakout to the upside. So what we are waiting for is us to actually flip demand on the Bitcoin price chart. I would argue that it's about roughly 4,063 sats waiting for this level up here to break. That way we could actually confirm that there's a breakout on the Bitcoin price chart and XRP actually decoupled. Because so far XRP has not actually decoupled away from Bitcoin. We're just seeing, XRP's price chart pumping to the upside, which if you actually look at the daily span, like we're not there yet. We need to still break out of like 62 cents. But also another great chart to look at is the XRP dominance chart. Again, another great statistic here, because if we look at the dominance chart, this is one that I've been watching for a little bit of time, is a breakout of 3.25%. At this point, we will most likely get to about the 5.51%. And this is also a great way to gauge on how high XRP could eventually go. I've been talking about a few levels and talking about a few market caps for the overall crypto market. Like I said, we hit $3 trillion back in November of 2021. Would it be too crazy to see $5 trillion in this next cycle? In my opinion, I don't think it would be. If XRP does hold about 5.5% of that, then XRP's overall market cap would be about roughly $275 billion, which is why I've been very adamant about talking about the $5 XRP for the next major cycle run. But again, could XRP go higher? Could XRP have, 10+% market dominance? It could, right? Like in the past, we have seen XRP, and you can go all the way back to like 2014, 2015. Obviously, there's been a lot more coins, introduced to the market. But during this time, we had about 17%. During the run-up in May of 2017, again, we had about roughly 31%. And then during December and January, this is where we've seen the all-time high, 14.4 to almost like 18%. So that's significant. And one thing, again, that you could see on this chart is going all the way back to November of 2020. Check this out, breaking to the upside. We were already during that time at 6% market dominance, very significant. And if we would have if we would have continued to break out of this, I do suspect that we probably would have had about roughly 11 to possibly 12% market dominance. But as we look at other altcoins, the reason why I'm going off that 5% is because I do think that that's a safe bet. ADA during the last cycle run hit about roughly almost 4%. Dogecoin hit about roughly 4%. Ethereum hit about roughly 22%. And the reason why I'm bringing up Ethereum is because I'm sure that you are all aware of the fact that at the same time that Ethereum was having its massive run, that's right when the lawsuit struck down onto XRP and Ripple. So if we actually look at this, do I think that XRP would have hit the, double-digit plus figure of dominance over this market? I do think that it could have, right? I think that XRP could have been a massive runner during 2021 if there was no lawsuit, which again, a lot of people still think there was no suppression. XRP did not get suppressed. I think that is a ridiculous statement, like I said. Because Ethereum went on to do a massive run in 2021. Like, for an example, it was ranging on December 14th. Let's go to December of 2020. This is December 21st, the week of December 21st. It was ranging at already 11.4. It came all the way down to about roughly 10%. Again, doing a massive spike all the way to 17.5%, drops down, then it just continues all the way up to 20+%. Even if XRP technically would have broke out of this level and we would have went to, even just like the 8.5% to roughly 10%, 11%, it still would have had a new all-time high and it would have been doing an incredible run during 2021, like I said. But again, going off of just the 5.5%, we would be sitting at about roughly $5.13 for XRP, which would be a market cap of roughly $275 billion. Do I think that XRP could hit $10? It is possible, but we would need a significantly higher market dominance. And what's going to really cause that? It could be anything as simple as just demand, supply and demand, but also it could be fundamentals, right? We could also see hype, right? Like hype combined with substance. That's a big thing. I also do apologize if you guys do hear my dogs barking, but nonetheless, it could be multiple things that could cause XRP to have a big spike to possibly $10+. But we do still need a large breakout on the Bitcoin price chart, which is what we are waiting for. This is what we're actually watching closely for. Outside of just like the USD chart. Like I understand like everyone wants to get caught up in the USD chart, but the USD chart does not really matter too much at this current moment in time. I actually think that the Bitcoin price chart is a lot more important right now because again, this is strength of altcoins versus Bitcoin. And on the macro, we still have never seen a major break outside of this range that we have been ranging in since going all the way back to March of 2020. So what we are waiting for is strength to actually form on this chart. What is that going to be? Well, it's going to be a break to the upside here. And we do not, I stress this, we do not want to see a break to the downside like we've seen during December of 2020. So far, we have held up in this price range. We want to continue this. We want to kind of continue building this floor. And remember what I've always said, the longer the consolidation in the sideways momentum, the higher we will go on the breakout to the upside, which could very well push XRP to a higher price level than just the $5 range, which by the way, at the $5 plus range, I think that anyone that has been holding for a while, secure some profits. It's not a bad idea to secure some profits. Obviously, keep the moon bag in case we do go to 10 to 15 to possibly even $20+. But I do think that this next cycle is going to definitely be very interesting. I think that utility is going to shine greatly. And I also think that XRP has been brewing for a major, breakout. But a lot of these articles that we see that are talking about how XRP is decoupling from Bitcoin are just false. And a lot of this is probably hype. But in my opinion, like the great decoupling will come. It's going to happen. It's been building for a very long time. We haven't gotten it yet, but we will very soon. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.